Hi guys, my name is Renu. I'm gonna have a workshop today about prototyping and UI mockups. We're gonna focus on two main tools today, which is Figma and Visily. So let's get started. So the agenda for today is prototyping UI mockups, an introduction to it, overview of Visily, overview of Figma. Then we're gonna have some hands-on activity. I hope you have your laptops ready. And then we're going to have some question and answers, and we're going to have a summary and a wrap up. So let's get started. So the first thing is what are prototyping and what are mockups? Why do we need them? Uh, let's say we are working in a company, we are building a product. Let's say it's a website for an e-commerce company. And how do you get started? The first thing you do is make a design. Um, it's more technically called as a UI mockup. So what this entails is how aesthetically pleasing your website is going to look, what all UI elements, buttons, menus, what all kind of search functionality, what all product layout you're going to have. See, all these you're going to decide beforehand, and then you're going to give this information to the front end developer who's going to start coding in either React, Vue, or any of the other front end frameworks. And the front end developer is going to develop APIs so that it can interact with the backend server. So that's how normally it works. Um, the designer creates a UI mockup and shares it with um, front-end engineer. Front-end engineer works on it, creates API endpoint, I mean API calls, and then defines either in collaboration with the backend engineer or alone designs API documentation and then shares it with the backend engineer. They work on it and make sure front and back end are interacting correctly. And then you have the complete end product. That's how they normally work. So that's what UI mockup is. It's going to be a static visual representation of a final design. What is prototyping? Prototype and UI mockups are very similar. There's a small difference though. You're going to create interactive models to test user flow. I'll be talking more about prototyping UI mockups in the coming slides. Before that, let's understand why we need these things. Again, it's to visualize ideas early. It's to test usability before development. And it's to enhance collaboration between designers and developers. See, we're going to have a designer as a separate entity who is a creative artist. They design um, your look and feel of your website or app, and then developers who are also creative in a different way try to code based on the color scheme, the UI elements provided by the designer. So that's where it's really helpful, and it is helpful to show this prototypes and UI mockups to the product manager or your stakeholders and get an approval so that they know what exactly is happening, what are they investing their money and effort in. So this is really important because in case you start developing your product and the UI is not something what your stakeholder is thinking, you may have to redo it. It's at least to a wastage of effort. But creating a UI mockup and designing this, the time required is lesser compared to developing it. Uh, See, now that AI has come, things the time has changed drastically, but traditionally uh, effort required for or the time required to be invested into making UI mockup and making changes is lesser and it is easier to make changes than having your front end coded and then making a lot of changes. So that's why prototyping is important before you start developing. Let's go ahead with some examples. So there's just a app which um, for which the user interface was developed on Figma, and it's a template from the community. So I'm just sharing on how it looks. So there's some terminologies we need to understand when we are into this topic. There's one terminology called wireframe. So you're familiar with UI mockup, you're familiar with prototype. What is wireframe? Wireframe is basically low fidelity blueprint for UI design so for website and apps. Basically, what do you mean by low fidelity? It's basically like um, a whiteboard, just high level overview. You just take a pencil paper and put your thoughts down on what each page should be. Um, so and uh, uh, like it's not going to be aesthetically good. It's not going to have any of those UI elements, the kind of color. You're not worried about this, the colors, schemes, the interaction at this point. You're just worried about what elements you're going to have, what you're going to show to the user, and it's just a plain blueprint. Now, once you have a wireframe, you can start with a UI mockup. So what a UI mockup is, it's basically the next step of your design where you're going to have some aesthetically pleasing output. You're going to have it's called a medium fidelity visualization of your website or app. So this will have elements like colors, fonts, images, other UI elements, and this color codes, the same color codes will be used by the front end engineers to develop your website or your app. And um, this this does not show one thing. Um, this does not show the interaction between elements. So that's what the difference between prototype and UI mockup would be. Um, if you see a prototype, so prototype is the closest step in the design process to a finished digital product. So the prototype not only demonstrates the aesthetics, which is the user interface, but also the functionality. This is a user interaction and user interface, how the website interacts with the user. You see this slide, yeah, if you see in this slide, you have some arrows pointing, which this actually signifies on click of this button, where does it take you to? On click of sign up, post sign up, you're landing on the welcome page. Or if you click on login, you'll come on to the login page and you'll enter some details and then you log in. On click on login, you'll come to the welcome page. And let's say you're clicking this image, you'll be redirected to this product. Basically, this image is open, this cotton t-shirt, whatever this company is selling, this product is open, you get a in detail view. So all these arrows are going to be interactions, and they're going to show how the UI elements interact with one another. That is the difference between a UI mockup and a prototype. UI mockup will not have your all these arrows and interactions, but a prototype will have. So they can be so prototype in the industry. they refer, I mean, they mean different things. So prototype can be just like this UI design. It can be done on Visily, Figma. Some people refer to prototype as an actual product, which is um, coded, but not like completely coded. It's like it shows you the um, how the app would look, how the app looks right now, maybe without the backend APIs or no, things like that. So that is also referred to as prototype in the industry. So in any case, prototype is going to be the closest step in the design product to a finished digital product. And prototype is what your CEO can use to pitch to an investor to show how the product is coming, or maybe to your sales team is going to pitch this to their customers to show this how it's going to look, how it's going to feel, and things like that. So let's proceed with yeah, tools like Figma and Visily. So first of all, why are we using these tools? Um, they're gonna help save time with a lot of pre-built templates and components. Gonna help you create your prototype and UI design. Then they're gonna help you collaborate in real time with team members. Let's say you're developing a design and your product manager wants certain functionality to be changed or certain elements to be added. They can collaborate with the designer, make edits in real time, and reflect. So you can quickly iterate with feedback loops. This is what I explained. With managers, stakeholders, you can have multiple calls and iterate quickly. And it's easy to use tool. You can create both static mockups, UI mockups, and also interactive prototypes. Um, and one main feature which nowadays a lot of tools have is using AI to generate UI components. So what tools do we have in the market right now is text to design tools. You uh, type in what exactly you're thinking, what exactly you're looking at. It could be, let's say, I want to create an app to sell sunflowers, or I want to sell certain flowers, special exotic flowers. Um, Design a UI for that. The AI is gonna, give you certain mockups and design it for you. There's one more feature where you can transform hand-drawn sketches or screenshots into editable designs. Let's say you want the design to be very similar to Facebook. Just take a screenshot, upload it to the AI. It's going to generate the code for you. As simple as that. I mean, it's going to generate a UI for you. And the next thing is multi-screen prototypes, or polished components from natural language prompts. Again, it is something like text to design only. So you can create multi-screen prototypes. That is something which will work responsively in different devices, different resolutions, things like that. Okay, now let's get started with Visily. I'm going to tell you why we use Visily, why it's, why I'm suggesting to use Visily is firstly, it is ideal for beginners, non-designers who need quick results, who doesn't want to have the overhead of having a lot of learning to do. And for teams prioritizing speed over pixel perfection. If you're in a company and you're on strict timelines, which will most likely be, sorry, sorry, one second. You will want to have a quick UI design so that you can start developing the product quick, have feedback quick. So Visily is a tool to go. It has a lot of features like AI-powered screenshot to design, sketch to design, a lot of pre-built templates. You can just drag and drop. You can build a template very quickly and easily with this tool. It's a lot of color components, smart components, and you can export designs to Figma or other formats. Now, I know there's been a lot of theory, so we're going to get started with some hands-on activity. I'm going to show a small demo of Visily, and I'll also show a small demo of Figma, and then we can get started with some hands-on activity. So let me open this. Okay. So this is one of the UI mockup or the prototype which I've developed. Quick question: like, does anyone know by, or does anyone know by just looking at it if this is a UI mockup or a prototype? Well, I'll tell you how you'll know. In Visily, you have these uh, icons, just like Thunder, which is basically um, it indicates that there is some functionality associated with it. Actually, no, sorry. Yeah, you click on this prototype. Uh, yeah, this is easier to understand. So you have arrows pointing. Uh, as I explained earlier, arrows indicate interaction. So I'll show you what this actually does. So, so this is how you can play and visualize the actual um, design. So when I'm playing it. Okay. So click anywhere this box highlights. That means I've added interaction only for this. Sign up, I click on it. I land on sign up page. I enter something and I click on continue. I land on this chatbot page and I type something or click on this and I type something. And then now I want to go to I click on this enter, I go to the next page. So it is basically going to indicate your interaction. User clicks on something and something is generated by the app. You're going to get an image generated in this instance. And next, yeah, I've added a link for this. So click on plugins. You can see some plugins. So this is a prototype. Um, this is going to, since it's going to explain you the interactions, it's a prototype. And which is one step higher or one step closer to the finished product compared to a UI design. So uh, this is just one example. I'll quickly show you um, how to create a new one. Okay, actually, let me I'll create one. Yeah, blank board. Hi-fi design. So lo-fi design is going to be your wireframe. Hi-fi design is going to be your UI. Um, uh, yeah, it's going to be your UI mockup or your prototype. So, okay, it's up. So now let's see. Okay, I have limited credits. So let me see. Let me see if I have already run this for the sake of this video, I'll try to use one which I've already generated because I have limited credits. Generate theme from text. Ah, okay. Fine. I'll just show you this new thing. Okay. So we're gonna add text to design is still in design phase. Let's say I'm going to design on dating app for dogs. I need the theme to be brown, the dog theme UI, and um, what else? Top of toys in the page, and uh, um, on click off. Sign up. So user enters details of the dog, then it's going to enter. It's going to let's say then there is going to be a screen where you can swipe left for dogs you like, swipe right for dogs you hate, or I mean don't like. So let's see how this is generating. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some credits. Oh, I can only do it one more time. So let's see. Meanwhile, yeah, let's explore what we have currently. Hope that doesn't disappear. Yeah, you have a lot of screens which you can add. Let's take a simple one. Online store builder. Okay, actually take these since I've used a few. I already have a lot of UI generated, but you'll be able to use the templates uh, like that directly. I think you'll have certain limit, but you can use it. I think I've exhausted my credits, but you should be able to easily select a new template and add it. So, okay, before that, yeah, let's see this. Yeah. So So you see this simple text prompt, you're able to generate good menu mm, and app for top dating. So you can, it won't be accurate, but it's more or less a good start. Instead of starting from a plain whiteboard, you get to start from something which is um, made, you get to start, you get a head start basically. So this is how you do it. And let's say, okay, I'll just show you my previous design. Yeah. So things will be easier to add, remove. You can add, say, new button over here, see what it's going to do. You can add. complex icons. You come here, say you can edit or something, a lot of icons, then you have some templates, you have some elements, and not only this, you can also design flowcharts and other things as well. You can select your theme, you can change your theme. So I'm going to leave it to you to explore because this tool is going to be beginner friendly, and I'm going to give you the opportunity to work on a small uh, design, and we're going to share it at the end of the class. So now, quickly, we're going to go back to Figma, and we're going to just do a brief overview, and then I'll show you Figma tool so that you can start working on something. So Figma is just like Visily, but it's more comprehensive, and it is it has the same features as Visily, but it has more advanced prototyping features, a lot of plugins, cross-platform support. It's mainly used when teams need uh, pixel perfect designs. If you're having a design company and your clients have asked for a design, you will most likely provide a Figma design or Adobe a design. So it's used for advanced prototyping workflows, and it's a very popular tool. So Figma. So here's a guided activity. I'll open this and I'll show you what exactly you need to do. You can scan this and work on it by yourself. So it's basically this link. So, okay, as soon as you open it, one second, you're gonna see it like this. Yeah, open in Figma. So you can register, login, sign up, open in Figma, and it's gonna come up like this. Uh, you can scan this, and yeah, okay. So what you have here is a set of pages which I've added. It's again from community designs. So I want you to add the interactions prototype, basically the arrows. So here are some instructions. Select a frame or object in a frame. Use a circular node to drag a connection to another frame. Let's say click on this, the plus icon, and drag it. That's all. So what makes logical sense, you can do it. And this will be a small activity for you to understand how you prototype. Just remove it. Okay. So this is an activity where you add interactivity, and you can add auto layout for responsive design. So um, there is one. Yeah, yeah. So layout, some AI features, use auto layout. So AI feature, it's going to make it responsive. So you can try using those. just okay. So once you're done with that, you're gonna give a hands-on activity to let you guys build something. Here, I would advise to work individually or in groups of two. Um, from what you learn, I want you to use either Figma or Visily and create the prototype for one of these apps. Can be a wildfire tracking app. Um, it can be a dating app. Can be a social media app. So use your creative side. Try to design something. You can design anything. You can even try Christmas theme, Halloween theme, things like that. And you can take some time to do it. And if you need any help, feel free to contact any of me or Manso. And yeah, skipping that part, we're coming to wrap up now, assuming we're done. We'll spend around 10 to 20 minutes for hands-on activities. So now here, we're just going to summarize what we learned. Figma is ideal for advanced prototyping and pixel perfect designs. Visily is great for rapid mockups and beginner friendly workflows. Um, so you decide which tool you want to use based on your requirement. And just to summarize why we prototype before developing a product is to save time on development, to validate ideas early, to get feedback early, to identify design flaws, improve collaboration with stakeholders. Because once you develop the entire product, your manager comes and says, "This is not what I want, do it from the start." Don't want that. So design first. And you users to save time and resources, enhance user experience, and communicate effectively. Here are some resources help you get started. That's all. Thank you.